Alright chat, welcome, and today we're here in my garage. Just bought this new Mini Cooper here, and today I'm going to attempt to convince you why this is the best car ever made. I may or may not be a little bit biased, a lot of bit biased actually. I wrote down a bunch of points on my phone here that I wanted to talk about why this thing is amazing. So this is a 2004 Mini Cooper S supercharged, has 218,000 miles on it, and it's still driving around. And if you're unfamiliar, these cars are the first of the new Mini Coopers. There was the old like Austin Minis, but these are the first of the modern ones. It started with just a base model 4-cylinder, but then they added the S model with the supercharger, and quite frankly this car is amazing. I love it. So like I said, this is a 2004 S model with the supercharger. It has a 6-speed manual and 218,000 miles. So this is my first car, so I'm extraordinarily biased. Even though I am biased, I feel like there's still plenty of reasons to think this is one of the best cars you can buy. So let me pull up some of my points on my phone here. Oh, by the way, there was a bat flying around in here last night, so I might get whacked in the face by a bat. That'd be pretty good content if that happens. I don't know if I'm hoping for it to happen or not, but if it does, that's good content. Alright, my first point is practical. It is extraordinarily practical. Now, I know it's called a Mini Cooper, but like on the inside, it's surprisingly spacious. I personally did a rear seat delete on mine, so there's even more space where I could fit a giant subwoofer. It's not like huge or anything, but it sets off the G sensor in my dash cam, so every time there's like a hard bass hit, my dash cam thinks I crashed. So that's fun. I recently went camping for a full 7 days. I fit literally everything in there. I probably could have fit someone in the front passenger seat too if I squished some stuff around. It was filled to the top. I had so much stuff in that thing. It was unbelievable. And even if you did not have a rear seat delete and you just folded the rear seats down, you probably still could have fit it in there. And I also kept the subwoofer in there. I forgot to mention I didn't remove it for all that stuff because, well, priorities. So I can also fit my full medium frame mountain bike in there. It's a 27.5 wheel size, so not a 29-inch, but I think I could fit a 29-inch in there. Again, I still leave the subwoofer in there, and it still all fits because priorities, of course. Like a damn sociopath! Just looking at it from the outside, it is quite small because it is called a Mini, believe it or not. And I'm still shocked how much like stuff I can fit in there. It's actually crazy. All right, on to our next point. So our next point is fast. Now, I mentioned earlier that it's a supercharged 4-cylinder. All my credibility might be gone after I say the horsepower number, but it's 163 horsepower, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I'll tell you what, it feels a lot more than that. My car is fully stock, and it feels pretty fast. It's got 218,000 miles too, so I'm sure it's probably like 150 horsepower now. So it weighs about like 2,500 pounds, so that's pretty light, and you don't need a lot of horsepower to push one of them pretty fast. So it goes 0 to 60 in about 6.9 seconds, top speed of 135 miles an hour, not that I would know, of course. And this car isn't really suited for more like straight line speed type stuff. I think it's more suited for like twisty roads and like racetracks and stuff. I think it's a lot more fun for that. And then that leads into our third point, which is it's just so much fun. So we're here at a twisty road, and I feel like I have to demonstrate why I like this car so much. My apologies for the audio, it might be crap. I cannot stress to you how good this car handles. Like, it's really hard to exceed the grip limit of this car, and 163 horsepower might not sound like a lot, but I mean, with a car this small and light, it feels fast. It just handles so good. There's so much feeling in the steering wheel. The manual is so like clunky and manual, I guess. So here we are on a straight section for a little bit. It is a little loud in here, the noise level, kinda. It's not quiet, but all things considered, this being like a first of a new car, my interior isn't as rattly as some other people's interiors. Some of these generations of Minis can have quite rattly interiors, but this one's pretty good. You probably can't tell, but I have over 200,000 miles on it, 218,000. And my interior is still holding up pretty good. There's barely any damage at all in here. Also, the supercharger just sounds so good. This is all stock, by the way. I don't have any reduction pulleys on the supercharger or anything. This is just a stock supercharger pulley, stock intake, all of it. The pedals are in the perfect spot for a heel toe. The exhaust is a little quiet, but it does pop every once in a while. This is stock exhaust, by the way. You can't really hear the exhaust very well, but if you do get an aftermarket exhaust, it sounds pretty good. Anyway, here we are at the end of our twisty road. I feel like you guys get it. This car is awesome. It's super fun. It drives amazing. Handles great. Sounds great. So our fourth point is it's pretty modern for what it is, all things considered. Now, it doesn't have like a big old CarPlay screen or whatever, but the speakers are Harman Kardon in there. It was an option. Not all have it, but mine does at least. Heated seats, which is pretty impressive, I thought, for like how old the car is and the price point it was when it was new. I thought that was pretty cool. There's quite a bit of leather in there. The steering wheel, I think, is leather. The seats are, the shift boot, all that. The dashboard and door panels are injection molded plastic, which is decently high quality. And like I mentioned, the heated seats. I really like those heated seats. Those are great in the winter. Fifth point, comfort. It is quite comfortable. Not over a bump though. As long as you're on a smooth road, it's pretty comfortable. But if you go over a big bump, you're getting sent to space. It does not ride like a Rolls Royce. The suspension is extremely stiff, but I mean, it kind of has to be for how good the handling is in there. So I don't really complain too much about the ride. The seats do absorb quite a bit, but it is definitely not a super comfortable ride on a bumpy road. The seats are quite comfortable actually. They do have good side bolstering, so when you're going around a corner, you're not flying around the cabin. The gear shifter is in like a good spot. It's pretty close to the steering wheel. Like that's about how far I have to move my hand to get to it. I should have mentioned this in the modern category, but it has got cruise control too. It seems to have all the BMW features of the time, like the cruise control and the heated seats and all of that, and Harman Kardon sound system too. Mine has the Harman Kardon audio system, and for 20 years old, I think it's pretty dang good. Now, I have blown 4 lower door speakers of the Harman Kardon variety, and recently I just upgraded them, and the other ones haven't blown yet. I can't imagine why they blew. I should have just upgraded after I blew the first set. So the stock Harman Kardon audio system has 6 speakers. It has 2 tweeters on the upper door. It has 2 lower door speakers and then 2 6x9s on the back. And in my car, I added like a Scar 8-inch subwoofer or something like that. And honestly, I was wanting to like fully upgrade everything. Oh, it's overheating. Lovely. Alright, so I got a box fan and I'm pointing at the GoPro, so hopefully there's not too much background noise. Yeah, it turns out using a 5-year-old GoPro to record 4K 60 FPS video in a 100-degree garage with stagnant air is not the best idea. I forgot what I was saying, but I think I was going to say that I was impressed how easy the subwoofer was to install. I did it all myself. It was pretty simple, actually. I just line output converted into the front 2 speakers, and it works great. I'll show you a video of my little setup there. The amp is completely hidden under the rear seat delete type thing, so, and it doesn't overheat. It is only 350 watt RMS, so it's not the craziest system ever, but it's definitely good enough for that car. I was thinking of upgrading the system fully, but I don't think I need to. I'm actually like pretty happy with how it is. Now our next point is reliable. To 100% tell you the truth, this car has not been very reliable, but if you're looking and you find the like perfect example of one of these, they can be quite reliable. Definitely more reliable than the second generation, which have all sorts of issues. But honestly, this has 218,000 miles, like I've mentioned multiple times probably. It's still going. I mean, there's like minimal rust on it. There's a couple spots I need to fix, but I mean, it's still going. Like, I'm actually shocked how good it's doing for a 20-year-old BMW. So providing you get a good example without 200,000 miles on it, they can be quite reliable for a long time. So yeah, that might be a little controversial, but I'm impressed that mine's lasted this long. So speaking of reliability, like a week ago, my GPS took me down this like crazy off-roading road for like lifted trucks, and I had to navigate it, and it was definitely made for like off-roaders, not a Mini Cooper with summer tires on it. But believe it or not, I didn't actually end up getting stuck, and I made it through somehow. But yeah, surprisingly, there was no damage or anything, and I made it out of that insane road unscathed. I don't know why my GPS took me through there, but yeah, thank you so much, Waze. Alright, our next point, I think, is I simply put looks. I think it looks great. great. Some people don't agree, but I think it looks amazing. What if I told you that this car was designed by the same exact guy that designed the McLaren P1? I think he did the Maserati MC12 as well. Yeah, he's designed cars for Ford, BMW, Mini, of course, Ferrari, Maserati, Fiat, Lancia, Alfa Romeo, and McLaren. Yeah, Frank Stevenson, the more you know. I bet a lot of people didn't know that. I didn't know that until recently. That's like a really cool, fun fact to pull out. Yeah, the same guy that designed my car here designed one of the most widely regarded, amazing looking cars ever. I'm not sure if he designed the later ones, but I do know for sure that he designed this generation. Oh, the last point I put was fuel economy. It gets okay fuel economy. It has a tank of like 10 gallons, I think. Actually, let me check how much fuel mileage mine gets. Hold on, let me look at it. So I personally get about 250 miles out of each tank, which isn't too bad. And it only takes premium too. I should mention that. So it is rather expensive to fill up. It takes about $40 to fully fill up a tank of this, which doesn't sound too bad, but it is only 10 gallons. I think premium is like usually 4 something over here, so. But you cannot put regular in this car. I'm not sure how the mechanics and whatever work, but I'm pretty sure it's because of something to do with the supercharger being added on that it needs premium. Oh, crap. My phone. Oh, I chipped the screen protector again. 2 days in a row. Can you believe that? So yeah, tell me in the comments if I convinced you if this is the best car ever made. Do I actually think it's the best car ever made? Frankly, not really. I think it's an amazing car. It's definitely up there for me. Yeah, if you want a fun car that you can just throw around at any corner and it'll stick and go wherever you want. It's like you just point it where you want to go and it'll go. I'm sorry I clickbaited you, but views are low. We are extremely close to 1,000 subscribers where I can get monetized, and then I can hopefully make this my living like I've always been dreaming of. So if you'd like to help me achieve my dreams, please subscribe. We're at 950 at the moment. 1,000, I need a couple more watch hours, and then I can be monetized, and then I can finally start doing my dream job, which is just amazing. I really hope to make this work, so please subscribe. That'd be amazing. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!